The core definition of design is the planning and creation of solutions to solve problems. When something is well designed, it solves issues and improves quality of life for people in some way. Design is a process that every person, regardless of their background or characteristics, takes part in almost daily in their lives. Each decision, creative act, plan, is in some ways an act of design. Today, I bring you a tale from Design of Things, of the design of a thing. Design of Things 26, Custom 3D Printed Magnetic Tablet Stand. This one starts with a bit of a personal story, leading to the crux of this, and what is the crux of almost any design project, the identification of a problem. A couple months ago, my wife dropped the solar panel monitor tablet from a distance of about 2 feet onto the counter. The tablet was perfectly fine externally, but landed in a way to shock the battery, which, considering the thin plastic used to form the back cover, isn't much of a surprise. The battery swelled up so much it popped off the back cover, kind of like this. 2 shipments from AliExpress later, and I had a working battery that charged. Well, the first one didn't. And the tablet was in working condition. Now I could put it back where it was, right? Well, then I thought of the problem. The location where it was actually putting it in danger. It having to be moved away from the oven toaster each time it was used for baking, and being in such close proximity to a hot appliance is not good for it in the long run. So this is the problem. Now that led me to think, where would be a better location? It has to be close to an outlet, visible, but also a little bit out of the way. This little kitchen nook seemed perfect. The outlets were never used, and there was space to set the tablet up. So I tried the sensible first step. Find an existing item or something that can be repurposed. Stand 1, too unstable and too deep to fit in the space. Stand 2, much more stable, but the back is not big enough and not the correct angle for the space. The tablet would be pressed up off the back by the wall, making it naturally slide off the shelf. So nothing really was appropriate. But that means it's time to design something myself. I had 3 criteria. 1, it would fit the space perfectly, staying out of the way. 2, it would be stable, but able to move if needs be. And 3, it would look good. So I took measurements of the space. Then I turned to a CAD app on my iPad, Shaper 3D, which is brilliant by the way, and came up with this simple design. It didn't need to be fancy, especially as the bulk of it would be hidden by the tablet. A basic triangle was a perfect choice, but there are some elements of the design that are quite cool and I'm proud of. We'll get to those when we look at the final product. Design done, I took it to the 3D printer. 7 hours later, we have our object. The final piece was to add some rare earth magnets, and it was complete. So let's take a look. The base is wide for stability, and the lip is designed to securely hold this specific tablet. It stays firmly in place. The triangle is hollowed out in the middle to save materials and provide a place to stuff extra cables. The height of the face portion is almost exactly the size of the tablet. Because of the shelf's low location, I wanted to angle the tablet up as much as possible so it is easily viewable. The face has some sections that are indented. The thought was to add some rubber for friction to make sure the tablet was securely in the stand, though after testing I found it to be quite stable and not really necessary. So at this point it's just aesthetic, I guess. Finally, the magnets, my favorite part. Lock the whole thing firmly in position. Notice that the size is exactly a match for the space, lining up to the edge of this bevel. This incredibly simple design, really it's nothing special compared to the magical stuff many people make with their 3D printers, does just what I wanted, and I'm really pleased how it turned out. Perhaps it's the IKEA effect, where we tend to assign an illogically high value to things we create ourselves. Or it's the satisfaction of having something designed exactly for your specific niche needs. But this was a really satisfying project. There are always things that can be improved about any design, and I may well rework this in the future as I learn things from using it. But that's all part of the cyclical nature of the design process. Until next time on Design of Things.